Alrighty, folks. Well, good evening and welcome to another session of our Quests of Cormyr. I'm your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by all of our Draconian players this evening. Because they're
That's me.
Draconian, I don't know, like you're old or something.
Some of us.
Yeah,
Hello.
old enough.
Hello.
But let's just get this ball rolling. Let's talk about what happened last time before we get into what's going to happen this time. Like always. Last time we started off, you guys were within the Gallery of Blades, fought against swords of all variety. Eventually, Cal picked up the one blade that did not animate to attack you, and used it against the others. This caused a sword of ringing kind of song to emanate, and all the other swords eventually went back in place. Cal had claimed the blue blade for his own, at least for now. You all regrouped and made sure everyone was okay before heading back to the maze of mirrors and soft sunlight. Sending Jack through a mirror with Zytheris seemed to work, but once Zytheris had gathered and absorbed the light from the mirror, it was not traversable any longer. So the pair had to break through an iron gate and go through dim halls by foot. Eventually, after taking some light assaults from the, light, Zytheris had gathered all of the sunlight from the mirrors and went back to the Hall of Paintings. Inserting Zytheris into the spherical space caused a mechanism within the door to open and reveal the ruined hallway leading down into a vast chamber. In this chamber were many spectacles, ruined and still viable statuary. A Zytheris-sized hole in the ceiling, and a strange yet large amethyst crystal. Inspecting the wonders within, quickly found that you were not alone. A shadow-covered gargoyle lurked ready to strike. As battle broke out, you utilized Zytheris once more, and the beams of sunlight having multiple effects. Passing the light into the amethyst had some sway to it, was helped along by Esmeralda and Cal. And once this crystal was broken, a young amethyst wormling appeared in its space, allying itself with you in this fight, and banishing this gargoyle with sunlight and fire. Once the dust settled, you had several things to account for. One being the amethyst dragon who spoke only in telepathic messages, and primarily to Esmeralda, seemingly having some innate connection to her. Promised to protect her as well as helping protect others around. But there was a greater dragon apparently here. The Blue Blade himself, it would seem, one Farius Costello, he called himself, apparently having been asleep for some time, telling you that Zytheris hatching must have meant some ill omen for the kingdom, possibly. He answered several questions and even invited you to stay the evening, but he also said he should probably get to his abode in Caesalfa before long, do some research, and he'll bring Zytheris with him. But with thanks from the Elder Steel Dragon, the company of an amethyst wormling. And that is where we're going to pick up. Are you guys staying in this lair for the evening?
Yeah.
We can't not stay in a dragon's lair. I mean, come on, guys. Come on.
It does provide some very unique opportunities for study.
Yeah, and it's a freaking dragon's lair. Yeah.
Well, does anyone have... I'm Vivian, apparently.
It usually starts that way.
Yep. Does any... I don't even remember her voice.
Oh,
She was
Does anyone
English.
British.
Does anyone have a bedroll?
Has anyone got a bedroll? That's a good question. Do I have a bedroll?
We don't have one.
I think I do.
I don't think I do.
Farius will
Nope,
kind of
I do not.
stretch his wings,
Where have I been sleeping?
mumble a
inn.
little
Oh, no,
bit.
I do.
I can
Dungeoneer's
probably
pack.
provide something.
Ben's
for
bank
that.
is meanwhile like rolling out his bedroll for him and Rapid.
Mm-hmm. Uh, Farius would... Just a moment, please, and I can see if I can accommodate you. Wait here. And he kind of motions to Zytheris, and you should see this anyways. And him and Zytheris will disappear into the hole where Farius had came from previously in the ceiling on the one side of the room. Giving you a few minutes, but eventually a staircase would appear, as if just kind of fabricated out of nothingness, leading up to that hole.
Well, I suppose that's for us.
Yeah, I'll go up the stairs for sure.
Staircase made of fine marble, probably once the interior looked like before. As you head up, go ahead.
Probably where the beds are.
As you head up, there will be, looks like a very furnished lounge of sorts. Plenty of pillows and a Shea lounge. Chase lounge? I don't know how I think it's Shea lounge.
On the Sage Lounge.
Yeah. A fainting couch, if you will. Little fireplace in one corner and another, looks like a hardy wooden door leading elsewhere, but you wouldn't see Various in the form of a dragon, but of a, looks like a half-elven individual, pointed ears slightly, only standing at about maybe 5'8". The silverish, bluish hair, steely eyes, a little more lithe, but still broad-shouldered, and kind of what looks to be some sort of nightgown, a little regal nightgown. And Zytheris would be in the cat form that you had previously seen him in. This should be accommodating, I believe.
Oh, Various. Or this is your human form.
I'm...
Or, yes,
This
not
is
human.
one of many. And you can see he's got like a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow with a faint bit of a goatee. Like it's not really there, but enough to be seen.
May I ask, is this illusion or is this some other characteristic of your being?
There's a bit of column A and a bit of column B. I can change my form at will. It helps blend in, fit the part, you know? But no, this is mostly real-ish. As
very
real as some of this can get. You would see near empty bookshelves on the walls here. It's not very filled with things, but cozy and comfy.
Did your friend you come up with a name for your friend yet? I mean, is she able to, change?
Well, she
The
changes into a cat.
amethyst wormling looks up. No, is what you would hear in your head.
Oh,
Why would I change into anything less?
you can talk in my head too? Oh, sweet.
You can see the amethyst dragon look down and then back up at Esmeralda.
They're not used to dragons.
Clearly.
And you are?
She doesn't. She
Because you have
doesn't
to
look
say
at
it out
you.
loud.
She doesn't. She just averts your eyes.
Well, you can rest here this evening. I'll try and whip up some chestnuts and fish. I hope you like fish.
Oh yeah, some salmon would be lovely. Oh, with some mashed potatoes.
I will be getting some chestnuts to roast. And fish.
That's absolutely fine.
Well,
Is it
the
chestnut
salmon
what
don't usually swim
squirrels
these
eat?
waters. Chestnuts are a fine, hearty food found in the forest easily. I like the nutty flavor.
I can't say I've ever tried it.
Yeah,
If
they
you
smell
crush
really
crush
good,
them
too.
up and crust the fish in it, and then give it a little fry and some fat. Yes.
Interesting.
Excuse me, Master Costello. Might I have permission to peruse your books?
I don't have a lot here. And you wouldn't find anything you wouldn't find in Tierluck, as that is the close town that I borrow books from here.
Love
But
how he keeps
you
saying
can be
borrow.
my guest.
Well, thank you. It's much appreciated.
You don't
My,
happen to have any spell books. Sorry.
No, there are no wizards in Tierluck, and
I
this
know
is
it.
not where I keep my library in full.
That's fine. Sorry, Cal.
I I was just wondering if I could join you, Theris.
Join me where?
Simply
you are joining me.
give you a helping hand, a helping hand to carry the food for our friends.
Oh, my claws, as he looks down at his hands. Give me a persuasion check.
Sweet.
As he has a momentary lapse as he looks at his hands that are more human or half-elven instead of his draconic form.
The heck? Skills. Oh, okay, I was like, where
Yes.
is it?
The 12. As he looks at his hands and then looks to the blade at your side. I think you've helped yourself enough. And I
Well,
don't mind that you keep the blade either. Unless you were hoping to just get another word in.
That seems be what was my true intention, was to have a chat.
Suppose I could use some company. I guess I should fetch my bow then. Do it the old-fashioned way. And he looks to you all, the rest of you. Well, we're going to go fetch some dinner the evening. Make yourselves at home.
Esmeralda is already on the biggest, most luxurious looking of the quote-unquote beds, futons.
Futon.
They're like lounge chairs. you
Yeah,
said?
they're like some of them are like backless couches, or like a fainting couch where it's kind of like backed only like in one corner of the couch.
Whichever one
yeah.
looks the biggest and the nicest, and even then she'll pluck some lint off of it.
But they would be immaculate.
Oh, they're okay, well she'll
Yeah. Like
get
they
on the...
they had just been made.
Oh, cool. that she will pick the one that looks the biggest, and if there isn't one that looked the biggest, then she will make it up that it looks the biggest.
You're
Absolutely.
gonna push two together.
Yeah, push two or take
Push two
pillows from another.
I mean, maybe.
You
If there's not enough
certainly
pillows.
can. There's enough
Yeah.
bedding for each of you and a little extra as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She'll grab some extra ones. She'll make a lavish little area.
As
Do I learn anything perusing his books?
it's mostly like farmers' almanacs, which give me an investigation check. You might learn
I mean,
some
Bindledank
things
would
about
be
that.
is interested in anything about the outside world.
Yeah,
so-
yeah. So there would be things that would be in the small town of Tierluck. So like farmers' almanacs, or yeah, with a 23, absolutely you do kind of like discover how Tierluck does have a long history of horse breeding, and they're trying to get back into it. After about like 40 years ago or so, they were attacked by a band of dragons that nearly demolished most of the city, most of the town. You would also learn that there used to be hundreds of horses and hundreds of people that lived there. Like it was a prominent kind of stop along the long road, or the high road, sorry.
Interesting.
But
Does it mention anything specific about the band of dragons?
they were defeated. I would just say by the army, or by the purple dragons. Like it would be a collection of like semi-history books, but also like farmers' almanac to kind of like planting seasons, and their seasons probably wouldn't coincide exactly with the way Bindledank knows that the farming in the woods goes. It's more harvesting, or like herbs and stuff. They grow like things like wheat and things like that.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Absolutely. But Various will take Cal with him as a bow kind of just appears off the side of the wall. A door just simply materializes as Various gestures to the wall where the bow was. We'll be right this way. We'll be back shortly. And kind of leads Cal through a tunnel that goes up.
Ooh.
Be a tunnel of stairs mostly, but would lead to a babbling brook-like area where a wider portion of the river, which is odd because you didn't think that you were that close to the river. But there would be a pool nearby. It would be a place you would know as the plunge pool, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, he would just start kind of not really uninviting, but more kind of waiting for you to spark up conversation as he eyes the sides of this large pool for fish. Occasionally picking up a chestnut.
I'll try to join him in finding certain chestnuts. I guess I'll attempt to. I don't want to make it a competition. I just want to kind of glean from him, kind of his movements, his, just how he's carrying himself, and then eventually, I'll spark up something, and be like, so, Ferris.
Yes.
It
He's a little
seems
more
that
hushed out here, because he is moving quietly and almost stalking the fish as to not scare them away.
I'll try to not be too loud.
But no, I was just saying he's more in hushed
in
tones.
terms of we're over the internet. I'm going to talk in
No,
a normal
I got you.
voice.
You're good.
About you being the Blue Blade, are you severely beholden to this icon, this legend?
Give me a persuasion check. With a nat 1. He'll smile at you. Beholden. I wouldn't say beholden, but it is who I am, or was. Why do you ask?
As you probably already know and can tell, I'm not necessarily like all the others down there.
Well, you are a full-blooded elf. Hold yourself a little higher than some of them, aside from the Esmeralda character, who seems of noble birth.
Yes, I'm not going to try to deceive you or lie to you. This is why I wanted to come with you, to be frank and honest. I have dreams. I have ambition. Ever since I've heard of your tales of the Blue Blade, I wanted to mimic it. To see if it was true. And obviously that has become real. And now you are letting me have the honor of carrying your blade. I was wondering if or how you felt about taking up your moniker.
They say mimicry is one of the more sincerest forms of flattery, and I do appreciate being flattered. Truth be told, that was a blade I never wielded. I never had the chance to. The others, I have in the past. That was one I was saving for my next adventure. I was unsure of what way it would take itself, what form it would make. But what is your interest in the stories of the Blue Blade? They are many and varied. A brigand, apparently.
I have no grandeur of becoming evil or unfair, but to one day have my own stories, to have my own people follow me, to have a guild of my own, to do as you did.
I unfortunately, as much as I enjoy the company of people, kept my circle close. And there were only a few that I would truly call a friend. Never had much of a guild or a band of merry men. Although it did sound tempting. Truth be told, it was a moniker I didn't pick myself. But one that I didn't shy away from either. The story of the Blue Blade is, well, as old as me, if not more. though I remember much of the kingdom's past. I did meet the Blue Blade once. The previous one, that is. He was also of elven lineage, past his prime. I believe he spoke of going to Evermeet, putting down the sword. I don't know where he put it, though. Supposedly, he carried a moonblade made in the mythals of the elves. For the King's Forest was indeed the King's Forest. If
Wow.
you'd like to call yourself the Blue Blade, I would have no qualms with it.
It wouldn't be sudden, and it would probably be in the steps you took. I would let others ponder and assume, and it's hard to get around of carrying a blue blade. But you said that you met the original, and he was in Evermeet, and he had a moonblade. Have I ever heard of a moonblade, Stephen?
Yeah, you can give me a history check. I'll give you advantage on that one. No, he said he was going to go to Evermeet to rest, and was to put down the blade. I don't know where this Evermeet is. He said it was across the ocean, far to the east, or west. I'm uncertain. With a 15, you have heard of moonblades. They are elven artifacts usually kept in either families or in different, usually passed to another. But the blade always chooses the wielder.
Wow.
And usually has abilities, like, based on, like, they grow in strength and time and number of wielders.
Whoa.
But they have to
Okay.
choose who wields it.
And he said that, oh, okay, so it's not in Evermeet, but he went to rest in Evermeet across the ocean. Did he say that, he put the blade down somewhere here? No.
I know
Kinda
not
missed
of where he put it. Just that he did hide it away.
Somewhere.
Yes. Or perhaps he passed it on to a student or a son. I don't know that he had children, though. As an arrow strikes into, like, 2 fish at one time.
Oh, could it be both our arrows hitting at the same time?
Give me a dexterity check.
Okay.
Just to check.
I'm still at advantage, not really. Put that automatic.
We're gonna make your arrows touch.
Just
Darn it.
With a 9, no, both of the fish glide away from your arrow. As he's much quicker than you anticipated in his kind of older form. You're still young. You have time ahead of you. You could take up the name of the Blue Blade if you so desired. Although, I always felt bad about not making a legend my own. always in the shadow.
But the name is carried on. It'll carry on for as long as people are around. It's people all over know the tales. It's the utmost honor to me to be known where you've never stepped foot.
Perhaps. As long as you don't sully it. Although I fear I might have in sometimes. Try not to make it worse. Add some ambiguity to it. Keep them guessing as to what the blue blade really is. That was my hope.
And never let them know your next move.
Yes.
Cody attacks the dragon.
Yep. That is a wise way to think of it. Come, let us gather these fish and rejoin with the others. I'm sure they have their own questions as well, although they asked a few bit already. I will not delve any deeper than is wanted. I am anxious to head to Sazale to study, find what is happening.
I'm sure much has changed in your slumber.
Can you remind us who Suzelle was?
Sazale is the
a
capital of
place.
Cormyr.
Oh, yes, I know that.
It helps, I'll bring you to the map.
Oh man, that's cool.
Down there.
Great. I wrote it in my book last week, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. So
And
Sazale.
we're where the purple dragon is.
Yes, that is you
Like
guys.
in the middle between. Oh, but Plunge Pool is where.
You
okay.
guys are close to the plunge pool.
So we're near Espar now.
Kinda, yeah.
So it'd probably be smart to go to Espar and then go way down. Okay.
Well,
But we want to go to Evening Star, right?
that's up to you guys where you go. But certain things,
Evenings.
certain orders. But we'll say, what's everyone else doing while they are away, if anything, or just kind of taking a chill? There's not really much to do. You can read some shitty books by Tierluck. They're mostly, like I said, like farmers' almanacs or like small history books about Tierluck.
Shitty books? No. Bendelbank is all about these books.
Right, I just mean like it's not going to be like super duper information about magic
And
or
then,
legends, things like that.
You're not gonna get the deep mysteries of the world.
You're going to learn
And then-
about Tierluck or like,
And
maybe
then he's
someone's
gonna
journal.
write. He's gonna do his own journal, like how he's been keeping track of everybody. But he's gonna make a letter home, basically explaining the gist of what he's found so far.
Okay.
Silas is, speaking of journaling, is going to sit down at a table and take out his spell book, which doubles as a journal, and just be taking kind of furious notes.
Absolutely.
Aiden is kind of relaxing, and whatever type of light source there is in the room, is it braziers or
There's
fire?
a warm fireplace.
He's just kind of idly playing with the flames using thaumaturgy. He'll bring them up for a little bit and then bring them down, change the color here and there. Just kind of like a meditative thing for him. As he kind of almost reads the flames.
That's really cool. Inspiration.
Absolutely.
Jack will go up to Aiden, and clasp him on the shoulder, big smile on his face. So this isn't what I was expecting when I was thinking about leaving town.
No, it's much more exciting more quickly than I could have imagined.
Yeah, exciting is kind of an understatement. Yeah, this is awesome.
I believe Kasuth put me on this road with you all for a reason. Whether it brings me closer to what I'm searching for, I hope.
Esmeralda will be half lounging. No, actually, she's gonna be scuffing out her armor. There's a lot of battles.
Yeah.
She's cleaning it up and kind of hear her look towards the dragon and how do you keep your scales so shiny?
Being born just an hour ago helps.
Oh, yes, of course.
But I would imagine gemstone itself is easier to keep than metal.
Yes, we didn't find you a name, did we?
Oh. I suppose a name would help.
Hmm.
That way everyone's not just like, hey, you.
Or dragon, or it's like calling me human.
I wondered
I
about
love-
that. The ears, right?
What about the ears?
Well, that one has pointy ears and looks to Silas, and well, that one's shorter, but also somewhat pointed ears.
Oh,
You and two
yes,
of the others do not have pointed ears.
yes. That is how very good. That is how you can tell who is human.
Human. Okay.
And that's an elf. She'll point to Silas. They're not all blue. Actually, that's very uncommon.
It's not that uncommon.
If he doesn't know that.
That's
Well,
fair.
is it actually not that common? Is it actually common?
It's like moon elves do tend to have a bluish hue, and sea elves as well.
He's very blue.
Yeah, some moon elves are like that, and and definitely sea elves are like that.
How many blue elves have I seen?
Maybe one or two. So,
Okay.
I mean,
There-
how many elves have you seen?
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Probably about 20. And out of that, like, two
Yeah.
have been bluish.
Yeah, so they're rare. They're very, very uncommon.
Sure.
It's and the other one, she'll point to Binfildeg, that is a gnome. They have pointed ears, but they are shorter.
They have
Oh no, this dragon's
hair
gonna
on
become
their beard,
racist.
their face. It's interesting.
Yes, I think the women have hair on their face too. I'm not sure.
Well, I won't assume. You are the first people I've met, although I've had thoughts and dreams of them.
Hmm.
So I'm not entirely unfamiliar, but it is still all new and exciting. I look forward to learning.
Well, you're in good hands. I am very well educated, so I can put you up to date on everything.
Yeah, excuse me. I don't know the whole conversation, but if you're learning from her, take everything she says with a grain of salt. She's coming from a privileged education.
Yes, which means I have the most education out of
I
everyone
mean,
here.
Yeah, true, but it's, not really real world education.
Do you carry a bag
I'm
of
not
salt
enti-
with you?
You what?
Do you carry a bag of salt with you?
Oh, I do not. But that's just a figure of speech. Means to, what does it mean? Where'd that come from?
I'm not an elf.
Uh, you're not an elf.
You just assumed I'm part elf. I'm half elf.
Oh, well, so you are elf.
Partially.
Yeah.
You can ask. I've had that conversation many times before.
Yes, but generally speaking, when she points to the dragon, sees somebody that looks like you, the elf.
I mean, sometimes characteristics can be deceiving and not tell the whole story.
And what is the difference between a man and an elf, anyway?
Oh, there's quite a lot, actually.
And also, you can have male elves. I don't know what man has anything to do with it.
I was using it as a characterization of our race.
I
Oh,
see.
human,
Human.
humanity.
Hmm.
I can't
Yeah,
speak.
it's humanity. Short, a little abbreviation.
Ah, she kind of rolls her eyes.
Yeah, you would tell that the wormling is no longer paying attention to the conversation, is just kind of warming by the fire, curled up in some pillows. Eyes still opening and like looking, but like not entirely listening.
But it's all semantics anyway. Let's refocus. Where should we head next?
I'll say at this point, as you mentioned that Cal will come back with Farius, who will just tend to cooking the fish and the chestnuts by the fire, just so Cal can be there for the conversation. But yeah.
I just thought of the perfect name for you. How about Vivian?
That sounds a little too common.
Hmm. Oh, all right.
A very elven name.
I think it should be something strong. And she'll kind of like gaze into the fire as it glistens off of her scales. Farius, after hearing Aiden ask where to next, well, I don't want to tell you what to do, but if you are to follow the laws of the land, I did already give you a purse. If you're going to travel together, you should get a license for such. I know the closest place is Highhorn.
Aye.
And when did you say that Lady Winter was?
Oh, Tessero's an evening star.
Evening Star.
East along the high road.
Would we be able to get our license in Evening Star as well?
No. I believe it's the capital in Arabelle and Highhorn only because it's staging ground for most of the army. Though judging by the season it was, they don't have the full army there. Must have left about a month ago. In Esmeralda, you would know that's true, because much of the army does winter at Highhorn, but afterwards disperse throughout the kingdom.
Well, I'm sure we should probably be going to Highhorn then. Otherwise, Esmeralda won't let us hear the end of it.
Well, if we are going to be in a group together, we do have to register.
I'm quite eager to get to Evening Star to see Lady Winter, but I feel safer traveling with you all than I have this entire journey, so as long as we can make our way to Evening Star, then I'm happy to follow you all to High Horn.
Yeah, this is more excitement than I've had in 25 years, so yeah, I'm good to hang out with you guys.
Does anyone have any idea how to get around the 5% party rule? Because there's more than 5 of us.
Oh no, we can be more than 5 people as long as we register.
5 or more have to
5
register.
or more.
If you're
We have
4, you don't have to register.
That's right.
right.
Yes,
Okay.
it's because we are more than 5. Well, 4.
I heard. What do I know? I'm just a smith.
Well, I'd say I just could leave and head to Evening Star, but there'd still be 5 of us. What does registering entail? Is it just money and paperwork?
Yes, we all have to sign. We have to pay for the official seal. It also has to be approved.
And what
Don't
does it mean?
it just means that we will be legally allowed to gather in larger groups. As long as it's us. I mean, it can't be. We can't add people without adding them to the registration.
Charter, yeah.
To the charter.
I would say you would also know that it does kind of give some minor special permissions.
And I would imagine we're allowed to escort people. Like, yeah.
Nobles also like to keep track of the players. So if they all register, that's an easy way.
Does it afford us some greater rewards and salary if we are to take on?
Well, it tells the people that we are proper adventurers, so we're more likely to get contracts if we do want to start taking contracts. More official business we could do. Some places will even give us discounts. I can only assume. We do have to think of a name for our group, for our party.
Oh dear. We can't even think of a name for the dragon. Well, creativity in that department is not my specialty.
Well, what is one thing that unites all of us?
The Amethyst Dragon.
She'll kind of look up at that.
And adventure.
Wait, the Zetheris kind of united us all. We could be the Zetheris troop.
As the cat form of Zetheris is just kind of curled up near his dad. Oh, I guess you could name it after me. That would be kind of cool. Looks up to Farius, and Farius, I'm sure you'll find a name when the time is right. Don't try too hard.
Something about droop calls to me. I'm not sure
Droop?
why.
Sounds like an
Like
insult.
pets drooping?
Like a droopy.
Yeah,
Droopy
it sounds
eyes.
ridiculous. You're right. That's silly.
What kind of fool would name themselves Droop? That is...
That's worse than Vivienne.
Oh wow. Okay. Now we're just being rude.
It's like you like Vivienne you associate to a elf, but Droop is like a lowly goblin.
Oh yeah. We don't want people to think we're goblins. Ugh.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. That's more terrifying than
Definitely.
Knowles.
We would definitely not get any contracts with that name. I need some sleep. She'll kind of just. Yeah, she'll probably get some sleep.
We can toss around ideas on the road tomorrow.
Probably some wine would help. Speaking of which, Farius, do you have any wine?
I'll smile and I can only offer modest accommodations this evening. If you join me in Cizale, which I hope you will in time, I will give you not quite the royal treatment, but perhaps better.
I meant no disrespect. This is nicer than I've had in quite some time, so thank you.
It is my pleasure.
I did have some, more questions, but perhaps we can talk some other time.
Well, I would suggest if you have any questions for me, ask them now. I don't know when you'll get to Cizale, but I will be leaving this evening.
Well, in that case, tell me, how did you know my mother?
We met in passing. Again, through mutual acquaintance.
How many years ago?
Would have been 50, maybe a little more.
Did you have any dealings with her, or did you just met her in passing, as you said?
We kept in touch, and she told me about what was happening on the Dragonmere. Mostly information.
She gave no clues to you about her whereabouts or her plans?
No, she did seem to have a curiosity for dragons, but I did not reveal myself in that nature to her.
Okay. Well, thank you. Did you had you heard about her previously?
Yes, she did have a reputation. And I know
Yes.
how those can be.
Hopefully you weren't at odds at any point.
No. Perhaps rivals from a distance.
Well, thank you.
Yes, of course. I'm sure Lady Tessera will have more to say on matters, as she did know her quite well, from what I recall.
Right. Thank you. I think I'll head to bed as well.
We'll enjoy the chestnuts and the fish. And it's a simple meal of fried fish with some chestnuts. It's not anything crazy. But yeah.
I tried to give a fish to Cytheris, for sure.
Oh yeah, he'll eat the whole thing. Chomp it down. But yeah.
Claws of Cytheris.
Can't believe a dragon made me dinner. It's not getting better and better.
Well, a dragon and your best friend, of course, but yes.
Baden helps?
Me, silly.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget that potion. Is that as I'll be rubbing my hands together, feeling how sticky they are now. Yeah, I'm gonna. Where else is there to lay down? Is just the beds or the couches, kind of?
Just like couches, yeah. Like it's a lounge sort of area. Very, very quaint, but comfy.
Yeah, Cal's gonna have a massive smile on his face as he lays down. Well, yeah, he's gonna lay down.
Fair enough.
He's not gonna sleep, but he's gonna lay down.
Yeah, I got you. You go into your meditation. Is there anything else anyone would like to do before in the evening before bedding down? All right, fair enough. As one by one, you eventually get some shut-eye, resting for the evening, with thoughts of dragons and all that can be. In the morning, you would awaken, or even when Cal finishes his elven meditation, would notice that both Varius and Cytheris are gone. And it is not quite as comfortable looking as actually, Cal, you would notice the illusion of things start to fade away, as the fireplace is simply just a kind of like cooking fire, like in stone, and it's a simple cave here, as everyone is sleeping on bed-shaped rocks and things of that nature. There is no door leading out that he took you through, mostly just a cave angled upward.
Can I study the illusions as they're fading?
You won't
You're
notice.
asleep.
They will be gone by the time you wake up.
Oh, I
I'm
see.
awake
Okay.
because I'm
Yeah.
an elf.
Yeah,
And you're an
Cal's the only
imposter.
one who would actually see them start to vanish. Because after
That's
six
pretty odd.
after 6 hours they would be gone.
I think honestly, Cal's smile gets even bigger. He's like, "That's really cool." That's
The
I need
books
to
would
learn that
remain
trick.
on like a shelf of stone. But
Would there be any books that Cal would take interest in?
no, it's all just like
No.
tier luck,
Yeah.
bounty stuff. There might be like a romance novel or something there.
Ooh. Cal takes it.
It's clearly just like a fan fiction of something or another. Like someone like
Cal's
wrote it
eyeballs raised.
themselves.
And dragon is mistress. Written by Ferris.
Blue Blade.
The Blue Blade and his dragon. Yeah, I'd take that.
You're gonna take it?
I'm taking it.
Sure. It's not going to be there for very long. As all the books here are not his, more they are borrowed from the
And I'm not
actual
gonna
town
do
of
anything.
Tierluck.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything while they're sleeping. So
But yeah, I mean, you guys would all wake up the next day, like, in a cave.
You all are very peaceful when you sleep.
Oh, I slept terrible.
Yes, that's what
Oh,
Bear Rock does to your back.
and she like
I would say it was
gets
still
up.
comfortable, at least for the first, like, 5 hours.
Yeah, but if the
Move?
last 3 hours, my back hurts. For 3 hours, I was laying on rock.
There would be, like, some form of bedding-ish, like cushions that are...
He's fussy.
Makeshift bedroll,
Yeah.
clearly not good enough for the noble back
Yeah,
of
yeah.
a.
Just the idea that it's not a comfy bed
fancy.
Yeah.
that makes it's like a psychological effect.
She
Psychic
takes
damage.
2 points of exhaustion.
Jack just gets up, starts stretching, getting ready for the day.
Esmeralda will dust herself off and
Is there a fire still going in the fireplace, or was that an illusion as well?
The fire's real.
Okay.
Yeah, and Cal would have kept that up. Being in a cave, that would be a little too. Well, everyone, are you ready to get up and at 'em? Get your armor on, and your weapons ready.
I am.
Esmeralda takes like 20 minutes to get ready. Putting her
We
armor
leave her
on,
in the dust.
putting her hair up in a bun.
With just your hair, or do you have anything that holds it together?
I would assume I have like whatchamacallit, like a French.
Hair tie.
It's not a hair tie, but it's like a two-pronged pin.
Hmm.
I forget what they're called, but yeah, they're like made to keep buns up.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to minor illusion the bed back.
You make it look like the bed's there.
Oh, I did a good job? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a minor illusion.
Yeah. You make it look just like it.
Well, let's get at it.
Although it doesn't feel soft. Your hand goes through the illusion. I will say that.
Right. Ah, well, it must be a higher form of illusory magic. What route are we taking? Are we heading back to Tierluck, or are we going to...
We should probably see where we are. We're still in this cave. I know yesterday when I came out, it was plunge pool, but it could have changed since the source of the magic left.
Was there an exit besides the...
There is a cave that leads up. But there's also
Yeah.
the cave back into the larger room, just like overlooking.
Yeah, we're like up in the air, like 20 feet.
Yeah, it's like 30 feet up in that large... From the large chamber where you fought the gargoyle.
But that door is still shut, right?
There is
The
no
that
door.
appeared. Oh, there's no door that appeared. Okay.
Yeah.
So we
Does
could
stairs
go that way.
disappear? You just left us up here?
There's just there's a cave that leads upwards where the door was.
Yes, it seems that dragons have a way of manipulating things around them. That is interesting. I wonder if our purple friend can do this. Probably not yet, but
It was an unusually cruel trick to play on us.
he did feed us, which is more than most would do.
I couldn't eat that. The fish was fine, but squirrel food? Ugh,
You ever ate squirrel before?
no, it's a rodent. Don't eat rodents.
You've never had rabbit?
Well, that's
You've
different.
Never been stricken by famine, you would have.
Cal's
Kinda
gonna
just
start
gets-
heading up the cave.
Esmeralda just kind of like looks down, and looks away. So,
Don't speak of famine. That's ill. What are you doing? Gods!
It follows Cal.
So are we headed to Highhorn to register?
Yes.
That is the goal.
Alright.
Alright, as you head up out of the cave, you would still be by water, but you would also see a small trail going through the woods over the water.
Nice.
As you would be kind of like in between the plunge pool and Tierlook.
We're
I think
still in the
we're
woods.
between Plunge Bowl
Still
and Tyrlock.
heavy
It's
trees
strange.
all around you.
Bin, this is your domain.
There's also a
Still,
trail.
I think. Still.
What's the worst that could happen? As Cal's gonna start walking towards Tyrlock.
We did encounter fairies.
I do believe it.
Well, you did follow a trail into the woods, so
Yeah, we went through the woods
Yeah.
last time.
Well, is this trail heading in the right direction at least? Are we heading north or?
Do a little spin, put my finger in, like, lick my finger, put it in the air, and see if we're going the right way to Tierlock.
I would say yes. Easy enough to know. Early in the morning, the sun is to your right, barely, not even visible through the canopy, but you can kind of just tell the light shining through the east. So yes, you are heading north towards Tierlock.
For a second, I thought I was Vivian, and I looked at my inventory to see if I had a world map,
oh,
only to
no.
find that all I have is a dragon chess set.
But yeah, as you start to, only like an hour out of the woods, before you would see the outskirts of Tierlock, the old buildings, ruined. The road can go directly into Tierlock, but it can also kind of skirt around it. But you do see Tierlock in the morning, about an hour
Before we
into
leave the
travel.
forest,
Yeah.
I'm going to use my trait to test speak with animals, and I'm going to turn to Rapid. I was like, "All right, Rapid. Well, that was really dangerous, and I have this message here that I want you to take to Chief Wagglebell and let her know what I found so far, and that there are dragons in these woods, and that I'm going to continue to search. Hopefully, this information will help the other searchers."
All right. The fox will take your message. Are you tie it around, or you just hand it to them in their mouth?
Well, I mean, I'll tie it or like.
Has a
Yeah,
collar with a backpack on it.
I can't remember. Yeah, I'll just kind
What
of tie
dogs
it.
have
Like
that thing?
I'll give him a kind of. I'll make a necklace kind of deal
Okay.
out of
Fair
like
enough.
vines and tie it in that.
Easy enough to do. As Rapid runs off to the southeast, deeper into the woods. After making some fox noises.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he would have talked back to me because
Yeah.
I can't speak with animals, but yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
like,
need.
yeah.
Yeah, I got this.
But yeah, you do see Tierlock, kind of early mist covering most of the town. Fireplaces still, giving smoke from the chimneys. The small town that it is. A lot of ruins all about it. But plenty of fields as well. See the eastern storm horns north of you. That ridge line. And hills to the east and west.
Just follow the road, I suppose.
Highhorn's just west of Tierlock.
It is just west.
Oh, I need a proper meal first.
And there is this like kind of like makeshift general store, right? here?
In Tirluck, yeah,
Yeah.
there's a general store.
So if we want to buy bedrolls, we could, but
Yes.
Do you remember the fair at the?
I mean, it's quite, disconcerting that none of you would bring a bedroll when you're going into the forest.
I was not expecting to go to the forest, but I'm more of a city person.
I've been traveling by boat to get here mostly.
You would notice
What
that
did you sleep
Esmeralda's
on?
already gone in the inn.
All right, so you guys are going to Tirluck for a little bit.
We don't have to do RP unless if someone does. I just was gonna buy bedroll. Does
Oh, I
anyone
thought you
want to RP?
RP. I thought you said. For some reason, I thought you were going to Tearluck to pee, and I'm like,
Yeah.
could have did that in the woods.
So taking a dragon into Tirluck will definitely cause a stir.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe
Entirely up to you guys.
I guess I didn't think of that.
Well, we're gonna have to figure out a way
Would
to.
Esmeralda think of that?
Yeah, maybe not.
She's hungry.
We'll have to figure out a way to disguise him. I think
She's a
if we're-
purple dragon knight with a purple dragon. Which
That's
Can you
not
keep them
common.
Can you?
No,
how
that's
big?
not
How
common.
how big is it? Can it fit in a book bag or your
no,
backpack?
it's a wormling. I think it's medium. No, it's
It's small.
small. It's small, but it's
She
still.
does not want to be hidden.
Yeah, no, she doesn't want to be hidden. And she's not gonna want to leave me.
No. That
There's
is
gonna
true.
be questions.
You could stay. All of you can stay here and wait, and I could just. You give me some money, I'll get us some
What
I'm not
are you
giving
looking?
some- I'm
What
not
are you
trusting
looking
you with
for at the
money.
store?
Simply bedroll. That's...
No, I don't want a bedroll. I want to eat. At the inn.
How far is Highhorn from here?
About
Does anyone know?
7 to 8 hours travel.
Okay. Well, let's just go to Highhorn, everyone.
Sounds good to me.
It's
High horn.
it's about 10 miles.
Oh.
My measurement's not right on here.
Well, when Esmeralda says she wants to eat, Bentley could be, oh, don't worry, and kind of cast Goodberry over his shoulder into his backpack and then pull out some acorns.
Ooh. Chestnuts. More
Why?
chestnuts.
Why are you carrying
Oh,
squirrels?
don't worry, they're very good. Just give it a try.
No. Oh, no.
Please. I mean, you've been traveling with me for a while now. I would not lead you astray.
Is it actually a good berry, but acorn?
Yes, it actually.
Yeah.
No, it's a good berry in the form of an acorn.
Yeah.
Ugh. So
It's very funny.
very reluctantly. It's hard.
It's just, yeah, it's supposed to be. You're supposed to chew it.
Where did these emerge from?
Oh, I make them. You know, I suppose they could change. You know, if
In
it's
your
not an
hand?
acorn, it could be,
She'll
He
sniff
just,
it. What does
he
it
just
smell like?
squats down.
It's
Makes it.
it's nature magic. I don't
Smells
know.
like an acorn.
Smells like an acorn. Are good berries supposed to taste good?
They don't. They can
Yeah.
taste like whatever you want them to taste like.
They're supposed to. It's just usually we're stuck in somewhere they're not supposed
They
to
don't
be used.
have to taste good. They don't have to be berries. It's just a small edible thing that fills you up.
May I
Esmeralda
take
doesn't
one?
like the way it looks.
May I take one, Binteldank?
Absolutely,
Thank you.
one for everyone.
All right.
It's great for being on the road.
On the
I would
road
assume this
again.
is one of the few times I've been on the road, but you know.
All right. So let's keep walking.
Does Esmeralda eat the berry, or is she keep
Yeah,
it?
she'll put it in her pocket. She'll
Okay.
when Binteldank looks away, she'll put it in her pocket.
Bold of you to assume he's looking away.
Yeah, he's looking
I'm
at you
watching.
expectantly.
You do the thing where you turn to the side and pretend to put it in your mouth, but it really goes.
Like he's
Man, this is really good. I actually like feel like full. Like
Precisely. Go on, everyone, eat up.
Because they are
All
very
right, I'll
filling.
try it. Oh wow!
It's the
What are
perfect
they- what-
amount. It's not like, when you eat too much. It's more just like, yeah, I don't need to eat anymore. It was surprisingly satisfying.
What does it taste like, Ben?
Yeah.
Has nobody ever actually tried an acorn before?
Well, does it taste like an acorn?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's like that very like, woody, earthy taste.
Mhm.
That's got like a lot of chew to it.
It's an
very,
acorn.
It's
Is it
It's
at least
very-
a cooked acorn?
Nope.
No, it's raw.
Crunchy.
Oh, that's terrible.
it's reminiscent of the chestnuts we just had.
Which Esmeralda didn't eat any. She only ate fish. She scraped off any chestnuts.
Mhm.
If these are what I think they are, they're going to save your life someday.
She'll eat him when she gets hungry enough, and Cal starts walking. He's done already. He already got denied a bedroll for his poor knees.
All right. Well, as you guys head westward,
As we walk away from Tierluck and get on the road, Jack thinks to himself that he should probably be a little bit more protected. Kind of looks over at Esmeralda and Aiden, and kind of imagines himself wearing some big, heavy, shiny armor. And for a brief moment, everyone would see just a big flash of light, and there's like this armor around Jack that is like swirling with this kind of flame light, but also like sparking as well, and then it fades down into just what he's wearing. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor.
okay.
What-
Fair enough.
Would Silas recognize that as mage armor?
Probably.
Give me an Arcana check. Nope. That's weird magic.
I've never seen anything like that. Jack, what was that?
You saw it too. Okay. All right. Woo.
Yes, I mean, we've discussed this. You're a magic user.
I was just thinking that I just need to be a little bit safer, walking on the road, and then boom. Well, hopefully I'm safer now.
You should be. I'm gonna put my hand up to touch Jack, and then I remember.
You're not gonna be studying me, are you?
No, I remember. You're not. What is the?
Well, I mean, to define study to you, because I've taken some notes already.
Yeah, but
Can you-
But mostly because you're human, and not because you're magic. Mostly.
Do you
But
have?
also, your innate magical abilities I find very fascinating as well.
I find
Taking
them
more notes.
extremely fascinating as well.
Exactly. I don't need to do experiments on you. No. That would be rude. But if you don't mind me observing, I would appreciate that.
I'm glad that we can agree that would be rude. Thank you.
But what is the You seem to be very touchy about being studied.
I think this may be a conversation for over drinks, maybe.
All right. But if you do need some books on magic use, I can recommend some. I think study will only help focus your powers and
Sounds
you
really boring, if you ask me. Like, really boring.
I mean, it's It's boring for some, sure, but I find it quite interesting, and especially if it's an affliction that you have, then understanding it is going to lead to greater clarity on what you can and can't do.
You're making good points.
Yes.
Okay. How about this? While we're traveling together, you can observe. And occasionally, if you want to do one of your little diagnostic magic things, I'll allow it. Then we both can learn. You have to
Sure.
tell me everything, though.
Of course.
Like full transparency. You can't be lying to me.
I have no intention of lying to you. Where's the benefit in that for me?
I don't know. That's why I said don't do it.
I wouldn't.
All right, hit me with it. What were you gonna do?
Oh, I was just going to touch you and see if there was some sort of magical aura around you. Nothing
Jack
Nothing really
leans
too.
forward a little bit. All right, go ahead.
All right. I'll reach out and touch him and see if there's if there's still some sort of magical aura around him. I'm assuming though that my previous Arcana check still holds, and it's just fucking weird.
I would say that's up to Jack and the spell if, like, every time someone touches you, that there would be that, like, shimmer of it blocking from mage armor, or if it would just be only, like, purely defensive.
Be instinctual.
Yeah. So, yeah, it feels you touch his skin.
Well, I'm not sensing anything physically or tactically. Could be any number of things, or could just be a random burst of magical energy. You said you were thinking about what?
Being more protected, being safer.
Perhaps some sort of this is me forgetting the school of magic. What is it? Aberration?
Abjuration.
Abjuration. It's perhaps some sort of abjuration. Magical burst. It really could be anything. How did you feel after it happened?
Warm.
Hmm.
And Jack kind of looks a little confused when you ask him how he felt. When he said it and he thought about it.
Yeah.
Like, just like I never thought about that before kind of look.
Okay, well, you're trusting me a little bit with helping you understand this. I'll offer just a suggestion for now and try not to be intrusive. Pay attention to how you're feeling. I know that there are different types of magic, and mine comes from study, and it's very possible that yours is emotion-based or memory-based. That could certainly be an avenue to explore within yourself.
Oh, yay. Self-reflection, my favorite.
Unfortunately, reflection is...
No, don't get me wrong. I'm very excited. I'm magic. Dude, this is awesome.
Yes, and it seemed like a pretty a pretty solid magical burst. It seemed more substantial to me than simply a random bit of energy, and it's possible that this can grow, and I think what you want to make sure is that it's growing safely and that you can use it at your will and not at the will of whatever subconsciously is powering it currently.
Jack kind of nods along, but he half checked out of the conversation. Once you mentioned being safe, he kind
Yeah.
of half checked out.
Fair enough.
Silas will continue lecturing.
Yeah. Fair enough. Well, as you guys more than starting, you are traveling westwards up to Highhorn along the storm horns. Going up this mountain pass, the winds howl, carrying with it kind of the scent of damp stone, as you can see dark clouds around the storm horns, as that's how they kind of get their name. But the road ahead doesn't necessarily wind, but it does go along precariously along some cliffs. Occasionally the edges crumbling in places where weather has definitely worn it away. It would be dotted with occasional unlit lampposts, stone set into the ground. You might even notice like above, like a hawk might be circling, but you might hear it cry. It wouldn't, not cry, but shriek. But what? Hawks crow, screech. You might hear it screech above, but the sound is swallowed by the occasional gust. We'll say as you're traveling up, something feels, those of you maybe off. The air possibly charged. It could just be the change in pressure. It just kind of gives that weird feeling when you first feel it. But how are you guys traveling as you're traveling up? What is your marching order?
I don't know how the others are positioned, but Esmeralda is very hangry,
Mm-hmm.
and she's kind of like stomping in front.
Okay.
Not stomping, but she's like just looking back every once in a while at Silas and Jack, who are kind of dragging behind because he's talking, mumbling to herself.
Yeah, well, I'm next to Jack, probably. I don't know if we're trailing behind or if kind of more in the middle, but certainly not up front.
And she's just annoyed of your voice.
Fair enough.
It's understandable.
So the very least there's a distance there. It sounded like Cal was kind of trying to take charge in the front, leading.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
will
can
say,
be next to him. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
if there's a weird feeling in the air, would I notice it? And if I do, I would also cast Mage Armor.
Yep, you cast
I
Mage
think,
Armor.
The weird
the
feeling is
further-
like
anger.
I think the further we get away from the forest, the more in the back of the party Ben
Okay.
is. Like staying closer to the forest
There
subconsciously.
would still be trees. So it's just not like heavy, thick woods.
But it's like that pull.
Yeah.
It's that pull of home that he just
I
isn't
gotcha.
quite acknowledging yet.
Absolutely. What about Aiden?
Aiden would probably be somewhere in between Cal and Eleanor, the Esmeralda Eleanor. Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Esmeralda in the front. And Jack and Silas, like kind of in between them, looking like he wants to maybe join the conversation with Silas and Jack, but is holding his tongue for now. Like he has something he wants to talk about, but he's just not ready.
Fair enough. As the purple wormling kind of trailing right beside Esmeralda the whole time, also kind of mimicking the stomping of the hangry feet. But as you're traveling along steep inclines here and there, the occasional rock slide, and there is still grass around, but the trail is mostly paved by deep entrenched stones that have half buried. The road is dotted by as well by trees and shrubbery, though the trees get shorter and the shrubbery gets smaller as you go up. And almost as you're a few hours traveling into this, nearby in the shadows of different rock formations, you would hear a shrill voice hissing. Followed by the occasional twang of bowstrings. Arrows start whistling through the air towards you, striking the ground near your feet. You see figures darting between boulders nearby. Movements are quick, a little bit erratic. You see the yellow eyes of goblins, gleaming with malice, as some of them start to emerge. Up above nearby, looks like a leader, a hunched kind of goblin, clutching what looks to be a femur, rattling with teeth attached to it, grinning ear to ear. Calls out something in. Did anyone speak Goblin?
I do not. I did not pick Goblin.
I might. Hold on one second. Let me look at my sheet.
Pretty
I
sure.
can speak. No, I do not. I
No.
did not pick Goblin this time.
All right.
I could speak it in 10 minutes.
Speaking in words, you could understand it in 10 minutes. Couldn't
Oh,
speak it.
yeah, you don't speak it.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a 3rd level spell, tongues. But
Oh.
calling out words that you don't understand, goblins start to lurch forward closer and closer, as if ready to strike at a moment's notice. That's where we're going to take our little 5-10 minute break, as we are going to roll initiative after I bring you guys to a map.
I bet he's called Droop.
I don't know if I can hurt a goblin.
We'll find out. But
I can't.
there's about a dozen of them. So
Oh, shit.
we'll be back here in about 5 or 10 minutes, folks, as we will have initiative rolled. And yeah, we'll pick up there in a few. See you in a minute.
Excellent.
Bye.
But
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to it. Last we left off, our troop was heading west from Tierluck, going to Highhorn, in hopes of getting a license to travel together. Oddly enough, you have to travel together to get there, but nonetheless, still traveling in hopes of great further journeys together. On your way, leaving the woods proper, heading up into the mountain pass, you were not quite ambushed. Like, they seemed like they were threatening, trying to say something, but you did not understand. So now they are rushing to actually attack. And that is where we're going to pick up. We have rolled initiative. And Jack Tiller is up first.
Can I use my alert
Yes, you can.
to? Can I change initiative with an enemy?
No. A willing participant.
Willing participant. Okay. Never mind.
Okay. Fair enough. Jack, you up first. What are you up to?
Right. These guys are hostile.
Yeah, you see these
Um,
guys, the four closest to you on either side are wielding daggers, while the majority of these goblins are wielding bows, scimitars at their side, and then on top of a rock nearby, there is one with like a hood that is that is holding a bone that is shaking around with teeth tied to it.
All right. All right. Well, they asked for it. I will move forward out of the formation, over towards this guy, and I unpiece bind my scimitar or my sickle, and I go to make my swing. And as I swing, the sickle begins to glow red hot until the blade explodes, and from the hilt, that same fire comes out. It's like a white flame with like this slight yellow insides, but instead of embers shooting off, it's like sparks electricity.
Okay.
And it forms a scimitar as I cast Flame Blade,
Yeah.
and attack this dude.
Swinging
And
out
I'm gonna
with
do
your
the
sickle turned flaming, white flaming scimitar.
I'm gonna do my innate sorcery too.
Okay, popping off that as you would see his hands crackle with that white energy as well.
Advantage. Are you kidding me?
A
10
10
hit.
is going to be a miss as you're kind of surprised by the fire. It holds you back for just a moment, enough for the goblin to duck and tumble away.
All right, well, I'm holding this really cool sword now.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That will take us to the goblin archers. As double check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that makes sense. We'll do arrow at everyone except for Jack, because you're already up there. So from left to right, they're gonna shoot. She should call out first, but it's gonna be Cal getting a 19 to hit.
Absolutely, that'll hit.
Esmeralda getting a 15 to hit.
Nope.
It'll be Aiden getting a 13.
Nope.
Bindledank getting a 14 to hit.
Gosh.
No.
And last but not least, Silas getting a 15 to hit.
That's my armor class.
All right.
I do have a shield, but I gotta save my spells.
As Cal, you take 8 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
And Silas, you take 3 points of piercing damage as it just kind of nicks across your thigh. At which point, several of these goblins go into hiding. This guy disappears into the bush, and these guys go around. They all kind of go around corners, disappearing from sight. Using their surroundings to their advantage.
Go for it, homie.
Which will take us to Aiden.
Okay, Aiden is gonna move next to Jack here, a little bit behind him. I think is where I need to be. Let me measure this out. Make sure that I can get it.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep. Burning hands.
Okay. That's the first time we've seen you cast this. What's this look like?
So I have my hammer and shield in my hand, so it's not like I'm like, but it's more just like my fists go out and flames just come firing out from my forearms through my hammer and shield and blast them in a cone.
Alright. He's blasting. They get to make dex saves. Go ahead and roll me some damage. They try to nimbly escape it, getting a nat 1 and a 10. As they're both going to take the full blast.
Alright. Burning hands.
Yeah, they definitely both failed. For 12 points of damage as just this inferno of fire lights up as they are burnt to a crisp. Scream just... "Ah!"
Oh my god.
Ouch.
That was very satisfying. That'll be the end of my turn.
Alright. That will take us to our Hexer. Waving this stick around as it
Where
starts to
is he?
click-clack up here on top of a rock. As it starts to kind of click-clack around, this dark energy whirs around their stick, and they're going to launch it at Aiden. Aiden getting a 24 to hit.
That hits.
As you take 11 points of psychic damage as this dark energy whirs around you and just goes straight into your head as your eyes kind of roll around for a little bit. At which point they are then going to... whir their stick around some more as looks like a globule of oil or water being drawn from the air around and launches it out. And is also going to launch it like right here. Give you that here in 2 seconds as they also cast Grease.
Oh, rude.
That is rude.
They're gonna, yeah, do it right.
Ooh. And you have fire stuff.
Mm,
No, it's not flammable.
you'll do it right there. As I will need both Aiden and Jack to give me, I believe, a dexterity save. As this globule just splatters around your feet.
Not at advantage, but 10.
As you
Oof.
both double check their DC. Yep. You both slip and fall in the grease.
Stupid grease.
Which they will duck down behind this rock. As they call out something and got this ending their turn, taking us to Cal.
Sweet. Man, that guy looks dangerous. I'm gonna run up and to here. I'm gonna unleash the blue blade.
All right. A little blue steel drawn.
As I swing.
All right. Swinging out a 12 with the Cobalt Veil hits.
We'll do that much damage.
For 7 points of damage, yeah, as you stab right into them. Blue blade glistening, getting bloodied. As you stab them right in the gut, and they tumble to the ground.
Sweet. Because I did that,
Mm-hmm.
I'll run up to this one, and I can still use my offhand dagger, right?
Absolutely, you can.
Sweet. Which actually, could I throw it from range then, or does it
You
have
can't
to be...
throw an offhand dagger.
You
Maybe
can't-
technically
okay,
you
because
could, but
it does say dagger offhand range, so there is an option for it. But if you say no, Steven, it'll be a no.
well, there's offhand or range. There's not.
It says dagger offhand. And
Oh
then
yeah, I see. It does
range.
have a range. I see. So yeah, you could throw it. Yeah, I don't care. Just
Okay,
a D4.
then I won't.
Yeah, you little slash, stab out, and then stabbing this goblin in the gut. Quickly throw a dagger at this guy. 10 is going to be a miss, as he knocks it
No.
away with his own dagger.
And then I'm gonna back up 15 feet.
All right.
Yeah, 15 feet this way.
That will take us to Silas.
All right, this will be fun. So over here in this area on the lower portion of the map, you're gonna see 3 resplendent knights atop beautiful horses with very, covered in shiny plate mail, big broadswords, and like each horse has tied to them, like on the saddle, decapitated bloody goblin heads. These are goblin hunters. So
Okay. There's a
I'm
common
casting
theme
silent
amongst
image.
them. Yeah.
They're going to be like scanning the battlefield and looking and pointing where the goblins have just hid. And as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion and create the sound of hoofbeats as they're riding up.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
As horses of knights appear, riding horses. As where are they going?
Well, they're gonna spread out as much as 15 feet allows, and
That's it.
that's it.
I mean,
Then
it could be a little, a 15-foot cube isn't that
yeah,
much. Like, so three's a little bit of a stretch, but yeah, they can kind of squeeze together.
I mean they're just gonna be riding up, I think,
All right.
closer to the rest of the party.
Riding up to meet you guys.
Riding up where we saw the goblins hide.
Okay, up.
Yeah.
So they're riding up there.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Go ahead and roll me intimidation with advantage, and I'll say add your intelligence modifier.
So my intelligence modifier is plus 3.
3.
3.
Gotcha, for 15. Fair enough, as you hear some scrambling in the bushes up there. Anything else for Silas?
That is it for me.
All right. That will take us to Ben.
Ben is going to yell out, "Now, excuse me, I do believe we have a peace accord with the Goblin Gang. But if you wish to fight, so be it." And I'm going to attack that guy.
All right, what are you attacking with?
I'm going to attack with a short bow.
All right, pulling out your bow.
And I'm going to Hunter's Mark him.
Sure. Steadying your aim.
I don't get to steady aim yet.
No, well, I just mean steadying. Like, that's kind of how I envision Hunter's Mark.
I wish.
I honestly hate
And a
steadying.
miss.
But yeah, an 8 is going to miss. As you draw your bow back and unleash the arrow, strikes the ground next to them. Anything else for Ben?
No. That's it.
All right, that will take us to Esmeralda. Esmeralda, you just saw 3 purple dragon knights ride up, ready for dragon killing.
That is most excellent.
Ready for goblin
you-
killing, sorry.
You there, you do need a name. That's very inconvenient.
You there is very appropriate though for Esmeralda. Call-
And she'll point to that rock. Could you pull him down? And then
She'll
on
nod.
her own turn.
Well, it
Yeah,
happens on
I-
your turn.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm trying to like RPG it a little bit, but she's gonna head towards the and she will avoid the grease.
All right. Stepping
Towards
aside,
the
seeing that
ones-
gross grease on the ground.
Yeah, get up, you fools! Nice job though. And then you can make it up to here.
Mm-hmm.
And how big is that cone? Oh,
It's a
no, it doesn't
15
reach.
foot.
She will, wait, 15, okay, so that doesn't reach, right?
No, it will not.
No.
They also dove behind the rock. They are unable
Okay.
to be seen.
Can she use an action to seek out him? Seek him out?
Yeah, she can give me a perception check.
Oh, jeez. A 1.
She rolled a nat 1. She
Yeah.
doesn't know where they went.
Okay. That's what she does. That's
And you still have your action. That was just your bonus action to tell her what to do.
right. Okay, I'll dash.
Okay.
They're in my way as far as I know.
Yeah, maybe they'll clear it. Don't worry about it. You see them beating hoofs.
But they're silent.
No, you hear the clip clap of hoof
Oh,
beats.
yes, that direction. You're doing great.
They seem
Far she
keen
can go.
on the killing of goblins.
Yeah, that's my turn, unfortunately.
All right. That will take us to this one with the dagger. Picks up Cal's dagger. Huh? After, like, as he's getting shot at from Binteldank and just charges wildly towards Binteldank. Dagger in hand. Ah! Getting a 19 to hit.
Oh my god.
As Binteldank, you take 4 points of damage. Stabs out at you. And disengages and runs away and rolls down a hill.
Oh, that goes down. I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's you guys killed all the other minions. That will take us to Jack. Jack, you're on the ground.
Alright. Don't like being on the ground. I'll crawl out of the grease toward the dead body. He's crispy, right?
It's so crispy.
Yeah. This is not gory. I mean, it is gory. But then I'll stand up once I'm out of the grease.
Alright.
And I'll take another step. And that's all my movement, I believe.
Still got your blade blading.
Yeah. Yep. Still doing that. I'll catch up with Esmeralda. And I'll be like, and I get up to her.
Dash.
Yeah, dash. You see the sword? This is cool.
Showing off your white flaming blade.
Yep, it's my turn.
Alright, that will take us to a couple of guys here. A couple of shots get fired at the knights from a couple of goblins who are hiding up here. And they will kind of both roll away as best they can. I haven't seen anyone. I've seen 4, 3. They still got the number, so they'll just kind of keep guard here. As this one will go around the ledge here and disappear into a bush. Meanwhile, 2 others from over here pop up and show their gnarly faces as they scream out, just "Rah!" One of them's going to shoot at the purple dragon that is flying up towards them. At advantage. Sneak attack. Getting a 21 to hit this Drake. As the nameless dragon takes 7 + 2, 9 points of piercing damage. Have to have our first death soon. As this one will shoot out at blue guy in the middle of the road. Silas.
Yep.
Getting a 23 to hit.
Oh god, that hits.
As Silas, you take 5 + 2, 7 points of piercing damage. Need a Constitution save to maintain concentration on your illusion. The 10. You are good. And then from over here, out of the bush, a goblin appears. Bow in hand. Actually, you know what? They will... Yeah, bow in hand. And shoot out at Cal. At advantage. Getting a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
As Cal, you take 6 + 2, 8 points of piercing damage.
Another 8, my goodness.
As he screams out, "Rah!" and is going to then run around over here. And just at the tip of this little hill looking down, he overlooks it. Bow still drawn. These guys over here will try to see if they can. Hide deftly away from vision. That will take us to Aiden on the ground and some grease.
Okay, Aiden, he's gonna crawl out of the grease. And, that's what, half my movement, right?
Crawling out of the grease, that would take 10 feet of movement to crawl 5 feet. Half your movement to stand up.
Okay. And
So you got 5 more feet after that.
5 more feet after that.
Trying to
One
show that
check.
gift so hard.
It's not working.
Oh, that worked. Okay, he'll move up 5 more feet, and he'll cast. Make sure to do.
The first one does.
What's he casting?
He's gonna cast Healing Word on Cal.
Alright.
This is the first time we've seen Healing Word.
Yeah. I think we've actually seen it once before. I think
I've seen Cure Wounds a lot.
He cast it on Esmeralda previously.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is different than him grabbing people's faces.
That's
though,
true.
Which is normally what he does.
Does your healing word look like anything, or is it just like this kind of like low flame burning their wounds?
Yeah, he would just say like he'd just say flames, and like healing flames would like shoot through their wounds.
God, I feel like it's just so like.
Alright, as you get 9 points of healing.
Nice. You've done half of the damage I've taken. Sweet. Pretty much half.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
That feels a lot better. Ugh.
Alright. At the end...
Thank you, blacksmith.
Yeah, as Cal, you get healed. You still have your action, Aiden.
I do. It's like I always forget that's a bonus action.
That's why it's so good. You get your cantrips and you get all the other stuff you can do now.
Yeah.
Mainly cantrip. Oh, you can hold your action, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Or take the dodge.
Yeah, or you can dash, or you can Sacred Flame. It's entirely your call.
Yeah. I'm gonna Sacred Flame this dude.
Alright, he would have a little bit of cover, but that doesn't matter because the flames erupt around him.
Right, it's good.
He got a big 11, so he fails that dex save.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
He'll take 3 points of radiant damage, a little bit of flames flicker around him. He starts screaming and drops Cal's dagger.
Oh, the guy that's down the hill?
Yeah. He's the one who picked it up. Went and stabbed Binteldank and then dropped it.
Nice.
That'll be the end of my turn.
There you go.
What the heck?
That will take us to
Why are they Dutch?
the... Why not? The Goblin Hexer will...
You gonna finally show his face?
Yeah, come out from around the corner. Down here.
Oh my goodness gracious.
With some voodoo being cast. The grease would vanish. Actually, double check. That might not be concentration anymore. It's not. The grease does not vanish. Aha. As fairy kind of lights start to surround both Esmeralda and Jack there.
Oh, it's because they try to get all the illusions.
Trying to get all the illusions, trying to cast fairy fire on them. I will need Jack and Esmeralda to give me dexterity saves. Jack, you avoid it easily as this light shines around, as does Esmeralda. And all of the knights around seem to avoid it as well.
He breaks the stick in half.
You're saying
as
he wasn't fooled by the illusions?
No, he tried.
I'm saying they are not caught in fairy fire
Because they can't
Oh,
be.
because
They're
they can't
illusion.
be. And then it's just going to launch a bolt of hexing
Bolt of hexing.
towards. I'm gonna roll to see.
Very curious if this is the staff's power.
It is gonna be at Esmeralda. Getting a 12 to hit. As they will then jump into a bush as well. Taking us to Cal.
Okay, so man, the hex person is pretty annoying.
Yeah.
But got a question.
Yeah.
If I do steady aim and then hold my action to attack, will that give that advantage for whenever it pops up again?
Steady aim say this turn?
It does say this turn.
Then no, it would not. You cannot hold a steady aim.
Okay, so I'm gonna do steady aim anyways, putting
Okay.
away my sword and bringing out the bow. And I'm gonna try to get this guy.
Alright. Get him.
And that'll make it advantage.
It will.
Combat. I was looking at my feature and traits, trying to figure it all out. Short bow finesse. That's a short sword. I'm a dumb.
It's the same attack and damage, so the only difference is like mastery. But a 16 will hit.
And sneak attack.
As he's looking behind him, readying his bow as he eyes meet you for 12 points of damage. As you strike him in the chest, his body goes rolling down the cliffs. You hear as he disappears.
Finally, the ching-ching is starting to work. And I have that all in my turn, because I can't do anything.
Alright, that will take us to Silas.
Alright. Silas is going to try to move up against these rocks and get some kind of appropriate cover.
Absolutely, yeah.
Realizing he should have did that first.
Yeah.
And then is going to use a magic action to move my silent images up to where I saw the shaman,
Mm-hmm.
the magic user, with the appropriate horse beat sounds, and kind of like to close in on as close to where that thing has
Did interact.
hidden as possible. Yeah.
Alright. Closing on in. Anything else for Silas?
That is it.
How far can you move your illusion, does it say?
It says within range.
What's their range?
I mean, the range is 60 feet.
As long as they stay within 60 feet of you. Yeah, so they could move over here if you want. They turn about face and charge past Esmeralda and Jack. Fair enough. That will take us to Ben.
Alright, I'll move over here so I can get a good view of this goblin down there in the ravine, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna shoot at him.
As he's looking like he's about to climb back up. With the hunter's mork. $18 will definitely hit him.
Does he get the height advantage from that?
There's no such thing.
Oh, from being high ground?
What is this Final Fantasy Tactics?
Right.
Oh.
which is
I'm gonna add
coming out in August.
Gonna add on Dreadful Strikes.
Sure. There's a little bit of Fey magic is imbued in your arrow for 9 points of damage as it strikes down right into his back. You just hear a little as he drops to the ground, as he's kind of in crawling position already. So straight into his back, and he just kind of slumps down, goes limp on that hill there.
And then I have another bonus action that I can do. Not right now. Alright. That's the end of my turn.
Alright, that will take us to Esmeralda.
The one thing that I was really excited to try was I want to bring her here to the edge,
Mm-hmm.
and I want her to use gravity breath.
Ooh.
Oh, I think I had it here actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
On this bush with the pole, and I want to try to get them off the edge. Like she's flying up in the air.
So you would need to be off the edge to pull him off the edge.
Yeah, I can't. I don't think I can reach.
So
I'd have
if
to
you're
be
on
like,
the ledge,
I'd have to be like here, right?
or where you were previously.
Where was that? Here?
Yeah.
It doesn't quite reach though, I don't think.
You don't know? You don't know where they went?
Yeah, I'll do it here.
Okay. They have to make a saving throw. What kind of save do they make?
Constitution.
Go ahead and click on that.
Yeah. Ooh, this button.
They both rolled really good. You do see some pull on the leaves, and like maybe some stuff gets, I don't know, some sticks and maybe an arrow or two gets pulled out in that direction, as that definitely pulls on something.
Okay, well that definitely changes what Esmeralda does. She is going to go where her dragon is. And I'm gonna use action dash.
All right. Trying not to get trampled by these horses.
Yeah. And I'm actually going to use...
As you run by,
Oh.
a blade will strike out at you.
Oh, do I see the goblin after he attacks?
19 hit.
Yes.
You take 4 plus 2, 6 points of damage, as you would then see the goblin right there.
So he would have stopped me here.
Well, he didn't stop you. It says you leave his space.
I would have stopped.
Yeah. You got 5 feet, or no?
I don't remember where I was.
All right, we can say you turn back around. I think that was your action to dash.
Dash. Yeah, because I was gonna use my action surge anyways after.
Yeah. Okay.
To either dash or, I guess now I'm using it to attack.
Absolutely.
And I don't have my shield, so I'm getting a nat 20.
Yeah. We'll say that'll hit this one time. As you quickly decapitate this goblin with ease, as he lashes out, ah! And then, eyes wide, just chop in half.
What did you mean that'll hit this time?
It was a joke.
Oh, okay.
Because nat 20.
Okay, yeah.
This time.
Yeah, that'll be it.
All right. That will take us to Jack.
All right. Jack seeing the party running that way. He sees this goblin up here. He'll continue going at this goblin.
Okay.
Will use movement to get up to there.
Yeah, rushing up. Ah!
Bring in this flaming sword above my head, coming down.
All right. Swinging this white hot sword 18. You do have advantage.
I do. I don't know
Because
why.
your sorceress energy innately. Well,
15's better.
well, you just rolled Scorching Ray.
Same thing though. Except not damage.
Not at all. Why you keep rolling Scorching Ray?
Trying not to. All right, Flame Blade.
Okay.
14 points damage.
It will take 14. Yeah, as you stab into this goblin, into his chest or slash across his chest, cauterizing the wound as you just cut him clean open.
All right.
Screams out in white hot pain.
That'll do it for my turn.
All right.
Actually, I'll take one more step this way.
Taking one more step that way. That will take us to. Oof. Well, now you got this guy's attention. Yeah, this guy's going to. You would see from around the edge there, behind this tree. You wouldn't see it until it's too late, Jack. Around the tree, goblin is kind of sneaks up right behind you and slashes at your ankles. Also getting a nat 20.
Yeah.
As you take 11. I'm actually going to roll it this time. Just double that too. You take 15 points of slashing damage as he cuts across your ankles. Ah! Eyes wide. And then he darts back around the tree.
And I just
my
see
armor
him.
would appear and get carved through.
What?
My mage armor would appear, but then get carved through.
Gotcha. As he disengages behind the tree to remain cover from you guys. As it close, like maybe like 10, 15 feet up. The other goblins down here. They are going to. One of them's going to. Oof. Little dragon, decapitating, or knights. Gonna go with the knights. This guy steps out, lashes at the hooves of the horses down there, and then gets to. He is unsure if they are real or not. Quickly and nimbly runs around the area here. Oof. He's only got 30 more feet. He can get to like right there. Okay, he's trying to get around the other side, which will take us to Aiden.
Okay. Let's see here. Aiden will. Aiden's gonna hold his action. Actually, I can move first and then hold an action, correct?
Absolutely, you can.
Alright, Aiden's gonna move down here. and hold his action for if the shaman popped out. He's
Okay.
gonna hold a scorching ray.
Okay, I will say that if you do see them, they will have cover from being like the high vantage point. That is where the height matters because they'll have a little bit of
Yeah.
extra cover from there. But yes,
I don't want to. I want to risk a second level spell slot on that though.
Just use my rolls.
it might be worth it. I'm just letting you know they'll have a little bit of cover.
All right, all right, all right. I'm gonna keep my original plan.
Okay. As holding these fiery energies, the Hexer does show his face. Their face, unsure. It's a goblin. So go ahead and roll me those scorching rays
All right.
as they do pop out. Oh.
Ooh,
Oh.
natural 20.
Give me a wisdom saving throw as two of them kind of hit the dirt along the edge of the cliff. The third one looks like it's might be going straight for them, but you would see this kind of magic emanate as one of the eyes of this hexing goblin looks towards you and just winks. And you just see this dark energy from their eyeball. So give me a wisdom saving throw. The 23, you are undeterred by their jinx. And that nat 20 will hit.
Gee. It's very funny.
As they take 11 points of fire damage. And they are going to... Oof. Now that they've been hit, will, in response, wave their little rod around and are going to launch an attack of psychic magic towards Aiden. Getting an 11 to hit.
That's a miss.
And then, kind of with that same motion, waving their stick around, rattling of the bones, launches out towards Esmeralda, as they don't even look at the knights. They're the other goblins think that the knights are real, but this one has seen through it.
No.
But I will need Esmeralda to give me a... Double check this.
Did he just instinctively know, or did he use
He looked. There was a thing.
Okay,
He rolled good. He rolled like a 19.
just checking.
I will need Esmeralda to give me a... What DC is that? I know the DC, but I don't know the saving throw. I want to say it's a Constitution save. As a dark ray shoots out towards you. Yeah, give me a Constitution save.
18.
With an 18, as you feel that dark energy wrapping around you, your muscles twinge. You're fighting it off, but it still has some lingering effects. As the Hexer will then rush through the bushes to rejoin their friend there. Ending their turn.
I don't actually have any effects, though, from that, do I?
You do. Your next attack will be at disadvantage.
Oh. Wait, I didn't pass the DC?
You did. It's a great spell.
Oh.
It has effects even if you fail. Or even if you pass. Which will end their turn, taking us to Cal.
Yeah, Cal's gonna... Gosh dang it, I am really sick of that happening. I'm gonna run up this, to this cliff up here.
Alright, you would have to... It's about 10 feet up.
That's fine.
So you can get 30 feet. So yeah, you can get there. Yeah, you got a climb speed.
I have a climb speed.
So you are up behind the tree?
Yeah. Let me get my little measuring tool out. Make sure I am 80 feet away. Yeah, I am in range.
I see, okay.
Yeah, and to cover or anything.
Yeah, you got the
I'm
same
gonna
height.
try to shoot the bow at the old boy over there.
The one with the femur bone?
The hex, yeah, the hex.
Alright.
Oh, I don't have advantage.
You don't have advantage, but a 19 will still hit. As I will like
And there's
you...
no way for me to get sneak attack.
There is not, but I would like you to give me a wisdom saving throw. As they're waving their stick around, they wink out towards you as well. You are undeterred by their jinxing. But you do hit them. For 8 points of damage. As it strikes into their arm, and they just kind of shrug it off as dark magic emanating from them. Anything else from Cal?
Bonus action disengage, and I am my turn.
Alright. That will take us to Silas. Taking cover behind the rocks there. Fairy fire would go away.
Yeah. So, do I have sight of these goblins up on the hill next
No,
to the...
you would not have sight of them. I would say anything 10 feet past the ledge, you cannot see if you are below it.
Okay, what if I climb up on these rocks?
Possibly.
I'm gonna try that.
Give me an athletics check to climb those rocks.
No. Okay.
Yes.
No.
Getting a 5. It is going to use... I'm going to say you get up there and can peer over a little bit. Depending on what you do next, it'll either have a disadvantage or some negative to it, or positive, you know. But you are up there, but it was a harrying event as you climb, using all of your might to climb 10 feet up.
I'm not a strong boy. I wanted to do Toll the Dead on the mage guy.
Okay, I am going to give them advantage on their saving throw, as your casting is a little weakened from yourself having the death be told on you. It would seem like. As what does Toll the Dead look like? I didn't know you took Toll the Dead.
I did take Toll the Dead.
They got 16 though.
So they passed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
well, I guess. Well, I was. What was that sound?
There was a cat.
No. I guess we hadn't talked about it, but I didn't want to flavor it like a bell. I wanted to flavor it. I think like a draconic thing.
Okay.
Like
so like a little dragon roar, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As
it's effect on it.
Everyone would just hear the dragon roar, but it seems to sound like a weak dragon roar in this moment. Anything else for Silas?
That's it. So I missed.
You did, yeah. They passed their save.
Gotcha. Okay.
That will take us to Binteldank.
Alright, well, there's nobody out here to do anything with, so I'm going to move over here. And then I guess I'll use my action to climb up here.
Yeah. Give me a athletics check. Unless you have a climb speed. Do you have a climb speed? I think Rangers get it at 5.
I don't think I have a climb speed.
The roving. With a 14, yeah, you climb it just fine.
And then I'll use my bonus action to mark that guy.
All right, marking the hexer with the kind of femur bone, walking around, shaking it and rattling bones.
Yep, that's my turn.
All right, that will take us to
Does it-
Esmeralda.
Does it seem very old, or
You haven't gotten a
I
good look at
wouldn't
the
know.
goblin.
I wouldn't know anyways.
Esmeralda's gotten the best look, but you feel weakened in this moment, Esmeralda.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my caltrops. I mean, these guys are kind of in the way, but I would like to make... Oh god, this is such a weird... Why is it taking... Oh, center, that's why. Oh, I gotta use corner, I think. I'm trying to get in the grid.
Uh-huh.
It's not working. Okay, so it's still not doing it. Snap to center, snap to
And
corner.
you go corner to corner. That's a
Okay.
10-foot square right there. Or
5
5
So
foot?
it has to be a 5 foot. So I just like outside of where they are. You know what I mean? Like just...
It's a 5-foot square or 10-foot square?
It's a 5 foot square.
So
That's
that-
10 foot, right?
That is a 5 foot right there.
Okay, because it's set...
It's 5 feet on each side.
I gotcha. Okay,
So it's not a very big space.
so like the space right in front of them,
Okay.
basically. And... Ooh, 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 ooh. Dragon is gonna fly
I
up right
see.
here. Yeah. And she's going to use her gravitational pull, gravity breath,
Gravitational pull.
on these guys to pull them into the square.
Okay. As you toss some caltrops on the ground. Let's see if they are Constitution. Got a 11
Nice.
and a nat 20.
Oh, who got the 20?
The hexer.
Oh, fuck, of course he did.
But this guy's dragged through.
Okay.
As he's pulled through the horses. Weird.
Oh, why did he go there? He's supposed to land on the caltrops.
Well, he gets pulled like through them, I imagine. Like, or is it how far do they move with the breath?
They get pulled directly towards the dragon.
DC 15 deck save.
Yeah.
As he tries to avoid the caltrops and got a 16.
No, doesn't really do much.
It's worth a try.
Yeah,
he
I mean,
avoids the spiky caltrops on the ground.
and
Oh, they
I'll
only do 1 damage?
yeah, and I'll move over here.
But
to
it
kind of block
has
off
its
the
speed
exit.
reduced by 0 until the start of its next turn, too, which is neat.
Reduced to 0.
Yeah. As you run through the horses and notice you just run... Oddly enough, you're not sure if you ran through them or... You don't know. There's a guy...
I should have known. I don't know
Yeah.
how that happened.
That's weird. You nearly got trampled.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's, I guess, all I can do.
Alright, that will take us to Jack.
I have to make a Constitution saving
Yes,
throw.
I was literally just thinking that. You're
20.
good. Golden.
Man.
Alright. I will continue at this guy that rudely sliced my ankles, and I'm gonna slice his head off, hopefully.
Alright, trying to slice this goblin's head off with your flaming sword. Go for it. A 13 misses. You do have advantage. A 13 misses. As you slice, trying to slice for his head, he ducks as your sword strikes into the tree next to him. He sticks his tongue out at you.
I totally forgot all of us humans have inspiration right now.
Uh-huh.
That
Silly humans.
will do it.
All right. That will take us to its turn, as it is going to, this goblin, scimitar in hand, will slash out at Jack. Ooh, so close. Got a 7 to hit, though.
Misses.
At which point it is going to disengage and start to run along the other side and see Cal there. Ah! And jump off the cliff.
It dies from the damage.
Does he take damage?
Nah, he's good. He rolled. He slid down it.
No.
You said jump, Steven. I'm kidding.
You know what I mean.
You want
That will take us to this one, who will, realizing it slid into illusions, is going to... Choices. Dragon or person? Dragon or person? Dragon.
Oh no.
Slashing out at the dragon, getting a nat 20.
Oh yeah, she's dead.
Maybe. For 8 points of damage.
Yep.
As
Oops.
crunching into the gemstone, the nameless dragon is...
decapitated.
No, it just kind of crunched into the chest as this gravitational surge whirs around and they topple to the ground through, in between all 3 of these horses.
And it's hoofed to death.
And then they're going to disengage and roll away. Ah!
But they're going in the direction of my friends. Oh no, they're not. Okay.
Taking us to Aiden. McCullough. Aiden, what's up?
Can I feasibly get where Silas is?
Yeah, if you climb up. I will say you did see a goblin slide down the side of the ravine over here.
Oh, yeah, look at that guy. Huh.
Would you look at it? Just look at it.
That changes things. Oh,
Throwing
he
it out there.
just so happens to be in range of Sacred Flame.
The erupting sacred flame around him?
Yep.
Alright, he's gonna make a dexterity save. Got a big 13, though.
That bastard.
As he starts dancing around the fires.
Let's see. I'm gonna move. We're just gonna go closer this way. And that'll end my turn.
Alright, that will take us to the Hexer. Hexer is going to wave their magic stick around and just try and whack Esmeralda with it. Actually, you know what? First, as they try to whack, this dark energy shoots out towards you. I will need Esmeralda to give me a Constitution saving throw. I believe it's Constitution. It might be Wisdom. Don't take my word for it. It is a Constitution saving throw. 15, you do succeed as this dark energy goes into your eyes for a moment. You just blink it away in time to see them trying to whack you with their hexing stick. Getting a 23, though.
Jesus. Yeah.
As Esmeralda, you take 18 points of psychic damage.
With the stick?
With a stick. As they whack into you, the energy surges through it into your brain as you start horrible nosebleed, ears bleeding as well.
You don't want that stick.
They are then going to stick their tongue out at you.
Making you use your
And-
reaction.
Yeah, ending their turn, taking us to Cal.
Yeah, I'm gonna steady aim this time, and then shoot at the hex goblin again.
All right.
Do I need to make a wisdom save?
Not yet.
Okay.
They only do it if you hit.
Got you. Which I should hit.
A 14,
14.
does hit. Go and
Okay,
give me
so
a wisdom
wisdom
save
save.
as they look out towards you and just screech. Yeah,
20.
you're good. You're golden.
And I hit, so I get a sneak attack.
Yes.
Damage.
Take
13.
13 points of damage as an arrow goes straight into their side.
And I will end my turn there because I don't have mastery. I can't throw a dagger at this guy.
Well, you also didn't attack with a light weapon.
It has to be a light weapon. A short bow is not a light weapon. Got
Right.
you. Okay.
Yes, and that's
No,
kind of the
sure.
whole point of it. Like, it's like, you know.
And it's also a two-hand.
Yeah, exactly. That will take us to Silas, atop the rock.
Silas atop the rock is going to try Toll the Dead again
Okay.
at the mage.
Has he even been hurt?
He's got hit points for days.
Oh, yeah, he's
taking lots of damage.
He
Oh.
just took 13 points of damage.
Ooh,
On
got a
top of a
big
natural
4.
20.
On top of 11, on top
As
of...
this dragon roars out. You guys would hear a dragon roar. You'll take
God.
2 points of damage. As he
That
winces.
was what I was waiting for.
Anything else for Silas?
How's he feeling now?
He's hurt. He's taking damage.
I'll use my bonus action to do minor illusion and one of the knights, or I'll have screaming come from the knights of like, get the little one down the hill.
Okay. Fair enough. Anything else? That will take us to Binteldank then.
Benteldank is going to run forward to the dragon and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
I don't actually think it does anything.
He doesn't know that. He cares about the dragon.
I'm gonna say it does do something. The dragon gets healed for 18 hit points.
Oh,
Is the dragon a familiar?
it's
Not.
something.
It's something. It's
else.
something else. It's a friend.
If
It's
it
a friend that
dies,
I
is
hatched.
it dead or?
I'm its papa.
No one. This is where we find. No, it's not dead. I mean, it only gets healed for 16. But yeah, as you're
Oh, yeah, that's true.
you
16.
start. I don't know. What do? Shove dirt in its wounds, or like
No, this is the nature magic.
the
With
vines?
the green and amber and just
Okay.
swirls of leaves coming up and like
Its cracked
rushing
skin
down
is
his
filled
arm.
with amber.
The cracked chest of the dragon starts to glisten and uncrack as they are whole once more.
All right, you're gonna be fine. And that's my turn.
All right. As the dragon, the nameless
Actually,
dragon,
no,
will
yeah.
look at Binteldank and just give a nod, as if to say thank you without actually saying thank you.
Well, nod back.
Oh, Binteldank, just in time. Oh, you look in better shape than I do. She'll have the dragon.
Always.
Oh, well, I mean, Let's have you have your revenge here. Oh, she can make it to him. Rend.
She flies out towards this goblin. Yeah.
18.
18 will definitely hit.
Oh.
Oh, only
For
4.
4 points of
It's
force damage.
force damage?
Yeah, it's force
Wow.
damage. They do
That's
like
cool.
gravity swipes, tearing into this goblin.
Like it leaves a trail behind his claws or something.
Anything else for
Sick.
Esmeralda?
And I
And
will
you.
attack this guy in
All
front
right.
of me.
Waving his little stick around.
Oh,
Nat
Dude,
20.
you are goaded
Yeah.
with your longsword.
only 10. Oh, can I use
Ooh.
my inspiration?
Inspiration
on
does let
this?
you re-roll 1 dice, yeah. What you gotta choose one of those dice, so it looks like it rolled
Yeah, there's
a
1 and a 4.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'll reroll the 1.
Re-roll the 1. The 1d8.
1d8. Let's see
So that'd
here.
be-
6.
Oh, so add 5 to that then.
Yeah.
Nice, good job.
For 15 points of damage, as how do you end this goblin hexer's reign of terror?
I first, can I do 2 swings? I want to
Sure,
cut
for
off his
flavor.
tongue.
Yeah, okay.
Cut off his tongue, and then
You grab a
His
hold of
head.
his tongue and just cut it off.
I'll come back and I'll cut off his
Oh,
head.
I guess because he had his
Because it's
tongue
great.
sticking out, so yeah, you
Yeah.
cut off his tongue.
He sticks out his tongue, I cut it out, and then I cut out his neck.
Huh?
All right, and then slice through his neck as he doesn't even have time to clutch it. He just drops his little rod thing and then tumbles to the ground.
I will step over this body
Mm-hmm.
and go where my dragon is.
All right. That will take us back to Jack. Mr. Dilla.
I will follow this goblin and slide down the
All right.
hill after him.
Give me an acrobatics or athletics check to do some fancy sliding.
Leading with the flame blade.
Yeah. With a 14, yeah, you slide down that hill.
And I flame blade right into him.
Or do you?
I hope so this time.
We'll find out. A 22
22.
will flame blade into him, bringing that fire down for 14 points of damage. As the fire just goes all the way through his body, just kind of meeting the ground as he is cut in twain.
That will do it for my turn.
All right. That will take us to this goblin. He's going to disengage and run very far away. Dipping into some bushes nearby.
Can't hide.
As he runs away.
He's gone.
I am not actually fast enough to catch up to him, I don't think.
No, you are not.
You're really hurt too.
You're really
Probably
hurt.
smart.
They're also really fast as the goblins lay dead along the trail.
The knights ride past Esmeralda. The one in front tips his hat, sort of thing, and says, "My lady," and they disappear as they ride away.
Chasing the goblin.
I did fail that intelligence check
Yeah.
very, very bad. She's gonna blush and bow.
You do
Back.
watch them disappear.
Oh, and then she gets
Maybe they got teleported away, who knows?
yeah, weird.
They're your knights in shining armor.
They did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
They drew fire from several
Yeah,
attacks.
yeah, but
They
I
also
mean,
took a fairy
Esmeralda
fire.
watched them like kill nothing.
It is a thing. There's a Cormyrian knights, like they have a special weapon that they hand out called Goblin Thrashers.
Oh.
Like they had Goblin Wars, so it's very much a thing.
Oh wow. I guessed on that. All right.
Actually, Esmeralda's gonna pat down the dragon to make sure she's okay. And when she realizes she's totally fine, I'm gonna use a little second wind on myself.
Yeah. Catching your breath, literally getting a second wind.
That's much better.
Could you have fed the dragon a good berry?
No,
No.
Yeah, why
I
not?
still have.
He's saying, could you have? Could
Oh,
one? Could one
yes,
have?
I could have.
Yes.
Yes.
Could Ben could have done that instead of casting
Cure
a spell?
wounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he cast
Well-
Cure Wounds. It was desperation. And also
I was
a
just
lot of health.
Dragon was dying on the ground.
Yeah.
I wasn't questioning. I was just thinking.
So good berry could bring you back to 1 HP.
They can.
If you shove it in their mouth,
That's-
yeah.
Yeah, make sure they chew and swallow.
Yep.
Otherwise, you make them have a death save, right? Just you choked on my good berry.
I'll just chew it up. It's
Baby
mama
bird it.
bird it into your mouth.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get my dagger back.
Absolutely.
Can I pat down any goblins nearby?
Yeah, you can pat down.
Bum.
The goblins nearby won't have anything. They are garbage folk.
This staff that hit me in the head, though.
It hit you in like the shin, and like you felt it in your head.
Yeah, this staff. We need to burn this.
It does still slightly pulse with magic.
Yeah, we need to burn this.
It's kind of a grim scepter. It's like it's fashioned from a large, slightly polished goblin femur bone. Runes kind of running along it. It does have what looks to be goblin teeth or wolf teeth tied to it, as well as attached to the bottom of it, like a spiky stabby club thing.
Ooh. Well, hold on. We don't know what it does. It seemed to give that goblin certain gifts.
I'm not touching it.
If anything, we could sell it for increase our wares.
That
Yeah, you do
we're
what
not
you want.
merchant.
I'm
Can
hands
I-
off.
What's happening over? Hold on. Can I safely get down off this
Yeah,
rock?
you safety get down, then you immediately slip on the grease.
Oh,
No, you nearly slip on the grease as you meet everyone down there.
right.
Jack
Is
looks
it down
down.
or up? It's up.
Jack looks down at the hilt of the broken sickle. Looks over at Aiden. Sorry about the sickle. I mean, it was my sickle, but you made it. So sorry.
Why is the sickle broken?
I'm
It burst
sorry.
into flames.
Oh.
Became his flame blade.
I wish I would have made it to withstand the flames.
I don't think it was flame as much as I don't know what it was. But I think anything you make can withstand any kind of flame. But I don't think this was like solely flame.
Well, whatever you did with it was more magic than I can muster in the forge. So, swipe away.
Remember, how does it feel?
Again, warm.
That's a data point.
Again, one of those things that I just kind of felt like swinging and just a burst of energy.
Well,
I got a couple swings left if you want me to chop that femur bone.
can I look at it first?
Sure, no need's lasting too much longer.
Could it be
Oh.
useful?
I'm sure I could do it again.
Could be useful.
We don't know anything about it. I mean, it's a magical thing. It might be valuable.
Could make a good replacement for my hammer.
It's not. It's definitely not weapon worthy.
No.
In the typical sense.
It's not a magic item,
It might be useful as like a club.
Gotcha.
but it's not a magic item.
I didn't say that.
He just said it's not like a. It's not like.
Oh,
a
I
mace.
see.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not a weapon like typical. Like
Does the,
it's a club like if, at best.
Does the little dude have anything else on it? The hex?
Inside would be a small pouch and it's like a leather kind of rolled up scroll-ish sticking out of the pouch. It would jingle inside the pouch as well.
Yeah, I'll pick its pockets real quick.
Yeah, it doesn't really have. It just has that pouch on its side. Inside is 23 gold,
Ooh,
42 silver,
ooh.
and 63 copper.
Look at us. We're rich. Split that 6 ways. Silas, you can do the math.
Shit, how many copper did I just say?
66.
53.
I wasn't paying
63.
attention.
53, I think.
Silas can do the math. I can't.
That was it. And there's also a rolled up
a scroll.
scroll made of like sickly
Human
leather.
flesh.
Can I see that? The scroll?
Absolutely.
Looks to be
I
a
can't-
crude map.
Oh. This is so. It's. I thought this might be a magic scroll based on the user, but this is a map. Does it look like the area?
Are you proficient in cartographer's tools?
No.
You can give me
It's- Is anyone?
I don't know. Is anyone?
Not Cal.
I don't believe so.
Vivian? Who's Vivian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how we have two people.
It
who
is.
had
It is
that
a map.
proficiency. Now we
You
have
can
no-
give me
I can't read maps.
an intelligence check. I'm gonna say it'll be a
I've
higher
never-
DC if you wanted to look at it, Silas. With a 6, you're not certain what's drawn on here. It's written in shitty goblin, but it is a map of some sort. Maybe take it
I've
to
never
someone
needed
who reads
to.
maps.
I've never needed to read maps. People just do things
Told you
for
where to
me.
go.
Yeah.
That's
There
survival
would also
stuff.
be a single pearl within the pouch as well.
I sneak it away. I don't. I'm kidding.
Fuck.
There's a pearl.
A pearl.
Thank you, Esquire. But yes. Does this seem of any use?
This would be of use to me. I'd gladly give up.
What's it worth, Steven? What does it look like it's worth?
I don't know, like 101
Around
gold.
100. Oh, it seems to be around 101 gold. You couldn't
Um,
use this, Silas.
I could definitely use that. I can use that for my spells.
Oh. Well
Silas
placed.
Silas is very excited.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to see if I could procure one of these at a shop.
And now you get one for the low price of almost dying.
But are you giving it to me?
Of course.
Oh, thank you.
I wouldn't steal things from my friends.
Thought you were gonna sell it to him.
No.
I thought so too. I'll. Well, I know it doesn't make up for it, but I'll gladly forego my share of the pot here.
No, come on. We all chipped in. Esmeralda got the final blow, but this dragon does seem very useful.
It's just standing there nobly, if a keen eye might sense that it feels its pride has been wounded, but it's not. It's trying to hide that.
Well, everyone, say we keep heading west. I think we need to make it to town before nightfall.
All right.
And we'll start hitting up the currency.
With
along
that,
the
as
way.
you split up the loot and head westward further up the hills, crashing of thunder in the distance as a storm might be rolling in. Hopefully you'll make it to Highhorn before the storm gets there. But yeah, we will end there tonight, folks. So thanks for watching. Stick around next time. See where this goes.
All right.
Night,
Bye.
No, no.
Internet.